why I am a teacher, because the power that we have to change minds, to have students who come in and say, I hate school, or I don't want to be here, and that's all in our hands to change that, to change their outlook on school. My name is Brenda Lopez. I represent Tornillo Elementary. I will be teaching first grade this year, and I taught kindergarten last year, which was very, very inspirational. I call my students my therapists, because once you arrive there, it doesn't matter what's going on in your life. You're not going to worry about it. You're not going to have 1 second to worry about it, because your focus is now on them. And my dad is the reason I became a teacher. My dad was a principal and a teacher, and he was my inspiration. He took me in at a very early age to help him in his office, in his classroom. So I knew I wanted to be a teacher at that point. I especially knew when I went to his funeral, and there was a few students there who were his past students. They had driven from different locations to be at his funeral. And they came up to me, and when they came up to me and they told me this, I was just like, wow. I always knew my dad was awesome. It was just very nice to realize that he had made this impact on these students who were already adults living their lives and who drove to be at his funeral. And I wanted to make that impact. I wanted to be that kind of a teacher. I hope that my students will remember me, and I've had students come to me. I had one student who is going to be a doctor, and I was floored when he came and asked me to be at his white coat ceremony, which was just really awesome, and I told him I'll be there. I will be there. I have 3 beautiful daughters. I have 2 very handsome grandsons. I have a daughter who's married. She's married and has her life. I have a flight attendant daughter who's flying all over the world. That's what she decided to do, and I'm very proud of her. And I have my daughter, Bren. Bren is a special needs child. She has Down syndrome, and Bren changed my life, or my outlook on life. Sometimes I think we take life a little bit too seriously, and when I had Bren, I realized, you know what? Life is not that serious, and we can do whatever we set out to do, because she has set out, she will take no for an answer. So I think I have been inspired by her as well. And I was very humbled when my principal, who is here, Mr. Cervantes, announced over the intercom that I was chosen as Teacher of the Year. I kind of sat there for a second and said, wait, I was expecting to hear someone else's name. And my little kindergartners knew it immediately. They jumped up and they ran and they were hugging me and they were yelling, and just the smiles, and I was in tears at this point, and they were the ones comforting me and telling me how proud they were of me. So that is the reason why I am a teacher, because the power that we have to change minds, to have students who come in and say, I hate school, or I don't want to be here, and that's all in our hands to change that, to change their outlook on school. And the power that we have to make their day better, because we have no idea what some of these kids come in with sometimes. And when they come into my classroom, I'm hoping that I make their day better. And I hope that they know that I'm there for them. And I think my message to any future teachers is, if you're going to go in to be a teacher, go in for the right reasons, because they will know where your heart is. And I want to thank Region 19. I want to thank my school district, Tornillo, which is also my alma mater, and I'm very happy to be there, for giving me this opportunity to be here. Thank you very much.